The Service Navigator is a feature that allows you to create what may be known as digital bulletins for your church members. This allows you to create different things such as web pages, links to giving, check-in, or whatnot, or just any kind of announcement you might give on Sunday. It allows you to create a space for people to view those things on their phone. That's really the best way to describe it. So to get to the Service Navigator, you go into Planning and then go into People Planning, Service Planning, I'm sorry, and then go to Navigator. All right. So here I have a few navigators that were created for this site, and I'm going to create another one. I'm going to call it Weekly Bulletin. Now, in most cases, what you'll be doing is you'll have someone who might be responsible for updating the tiles that display on the Service Navigator. Let me actually, before I get going into this, let me show you what one would look like. So I'm going to go to view this one. Go to View, and I'll click on Share because this will give me the QR code and the link. So I'll grab this link here, and then I'll open that in another tab. Okay. Right. So this is what those tabs are. On a person's phone, they would look like this. So it's just some tiles. If you're a first-time visitor, you can click on this tile and take a look at a form. Forms are a good place a good thing to put on your navigator. You could put prayer requests. You could put information about Bible studies. The giving tile. It looks like there's a church cleanup events that you want to announce, or whatever. Those things can be on the tiles on the navigator, and then you can change these out each week to be different things based upon what's going on at the church. And so, jumping back over into the actual settings for it, I'm going to go to that navigator I started creating. Okay, here's that weekly bulletin I started. Click on View, and now I'm going to start adding my tiles. So the first thing I'll do is I'll click Add an Activity, and let's just call this connection card. Okay, and then from there, I'll choose a module in Group Life that would be needed for that connection card. So in this case, the most likely thing would be complete a form, and then I'll choose the form that I want to use, and there might be a first-time guest form. How about that? And then we'll say, we're happy you're here. And then you can also choose an image. This image will display in the tile, as you saw a moment ago. Now, there's a login required button here. This checkbox is there to say that when you click on this tile, you're going to need to log in to interact with what's behind it. So that's just a checkbox. Generally, you want to put tiles on here where people don't need to log in because in most cases, this is for people who are visiting the church. They haven't created an account. You don't necessarily want them to create an account. This is really just for them as if they had an eBulletin, a bulletin in their hand, and they just want to know what's going on. So that's our first one. And then I'll add another one. I want to add a volunteer thing here. So volunteer. And then we'll say this is going to be a sign up to volunteer. And we'll choose, let's just do a youth activity volunteer. And then we'll do another image for that. All right. So there we go. So we got 2 tiles on our navigator, and I'm not going to go through all the different tiles you can create. I'll just show you if you were to go in here and create more. The other options include you can create a greeting page or a web page that people can go to. From there, you can either select a page from your account, a greeting page from your account, or you can just enter a URL. This is probably the easiest way to do it. You have a URL that describes either, maybe your welcome information, next steps, or whatever, about baptism or whatever you want to do, whatever kind of page you want to create, you can put that behind this link. So for example, I'll say baptism, or have you been baptized, right? So this will be a tile on our navigator, and then I would choose a web page, as I said, greeting page, and I would put in here HTTPS, demochurch.com, and I'll baptism. All right, and then that will take the person, when they click that tile, it'll take them to that web page where they can learn about what baptism is. Right. So those are the 3 tiles that I've created. And now that I have this Navigator done, I can then go through and share it. And now that I've refreshed it, got everything all saved out, I have a QR code, and I have this my link to my Navigator. Now, of course, the most likely thing you'll do is take this QR code, put it on your website. Put it on your bulletin, your printed bulletin, or take it and drop it into a PowerPoint slide as a part of your weekly announcements as that roll through on the screen. So that's how you create a service navigator. Hope it makes sense. Again, looks like this. I'll show you the link to the one I just created. I'm sure that's probably what you want to see. Share, click that. This is what that Navigator looks like. There we go. Have you been baptized? There's a connection card. I'm logged in, so it gives me this option to log out. And then another thing you can do, I forgot to tell you, you can also order these activities. So you can take this and say you want the connection card at the top. You'll take these guys and put them, change their order to 1 and 2 respectively. And now they've changed the order. And so that when I go and view this connection card, review the Navigator again, it'll show me, first thing I want people to see is the volunteer form of the connection card, then the volunteer form, then have you been baptized. All right. Hope that makes sense. Thanks for watching.